And I'd like to welcome you all to our brand new advanced training for today, which will be covering home screen tips and management. So we're going to be talking about the home screen today and what you can do. So the WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information, any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see me, hear me, or see the screen, please let me know in the chat and I would appreciate that. As always, I recommend you take notes and utilize the screenshot feature to review information later on. And as always, let's make sure our TVs and cell phones are silenced to give others and ourselves the most immersive experience, okay? To keep our meetings organized and avoid speaking over each other, which we do very well, I just ask that you use the raise hand feature. You can find it if your toolbar is at the top. You can hit more and then tap on raise hand. Or if your toolbar is at the bottom, you can tap on reactions at the bottom and then tap on raise hand. So can I get everyone in Zoom? Now, as I say, you guys are the creme de la creme of the program. So I want to see a lot of hands. If you're here ready to learn about your home screen, if you're excited for today's sessions, if you're wishing everyone a great weekend, a happy Friday, great weather, etc., please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, you can hit more at the top right and then tap on raise hand if the toolbar is at the top, or if it's at the bottom, you can hit reactions and then tap on raise hand, okay? So thank you, appreciate it. We have half of you raising your hands already. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. 18, love it, you all. Thank you so much for your participation. Again, if you ever have a question, comment, concern, an answer to our questions or response to our questions, please raise your hand in Zoom. You all can hit lower at the bottom. That's how you lower your hand, just like in real life. And again, don't forget to mute yourself afterwards, just so that way we can hear everyone's questions, etc. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. But thank you. Again, we only have 2 hands up left, 1. Thank you so much. Y'all are so fast. I love it. And just keep that in mind when you're in Zoom, okay? And if you want to communicate non-verbally, the chat is a great way to share a greeting, ask a question, send a photo, send your congrats, amongst other things as well. So if you hit more, once again at the top, you can hit chat and you'll access the meeting chat window. If your toolbar is at the bottom, you simply just have to hit chat and then it will come up. Either way, it will say tap here to chat. And then once you tap on that, you'll see the meeting chat. And of course, the keyboard, you can type in anything you'd like. So just something as simple as a hi or a hello, anything you'd like. Good morning, happy Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy International Chocolate Day, as you all learned in our daily email today. So let me see if I can find some chocolate emojis. So there you go. Cookie. Love it. So yes, anything you like to share in the Zoom chat, you can, and it certainly puts a smile on your face. So you can even add a photo as Miss Sherry has done. Thank you. Good job. And you can do so by hitting the plus button next to tap here to chat. And then I can hit photo and add any photo from my photos app. Excuse me. So let me add these 2 photos that someone shared in the chat a couple of days ago. Yep. I like dark chocolate. It's a little better for you. But I love milk chocolate, but I try to go towards the dark chocolate. So it's a little better for you. So but I love it. You can share anything you'd like, and it's a lot of fun. So happy Friday. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. Yep, let's have a great session and a great day. Oh, oh my gosh, that's funny, Brenda. Thank you so much for sharing. Yep, thank you. Yep, appreciate it, you all. Again, please continue to share your thoughts into the chat. Again, if you want to save an image that someone shared, you can hold it with your finger and then hit save image, but you can also just reply to anyone's message. Like here's Miss Ethel's, I'm gonna send you a heart. And if I hold that message once again, I can send a reaction by hitting an emoji at the bottom or the three dots at the bottom and choose any emoji to send as a reaction to someone's message. Okay, so please utilize these different things in the Zoom chat. And I would also love, as we always do on Friday, I like to do a little reflection on what were your favorite Zoom sessions this week and why. So we had Zion's module Jeopardy. I really hope you all enjoyed that. We had our advanced session this week on our mid-year app review, our conversation with the legal counsel as well, our module, our session on apps for mind, body, and soul yesterday, and we have today. We still have our lunch club and our module for today, but if you could share your favorites this week and why, I love to shout them out throughout the session today. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with our session. So our home screen tips are apps and widgets management and learning about those different things. And of course, we'll have our overview and discussion. Anything you want me to clarify, go over, anything you'd like to share, have some questions for you all as well. Please make sure you take advantage, okay? So let's get started. So first up, our home screen tips. So one tip that I have for you all is changing the wallpaper. You may have noticed I changed my wallpaper before we started today. And, sometimes it makes it easier to see certain images or see the apps on your home screen. So now I have my background or my wallpaper on my iPad is actually the weather. That is where I'm at right now, which is really great. I'll show you how to do that. But again, on iPad, you can choose an image or photo as the wallpaper for your lock screen or your home screen. The lock screen is when you first open your iPad after you turn the screen off. That lock screen through notifications at the time, that is the lock screen. The home screen is any app screen that you see with the different apps in it, okay? You can choose from dynamic or live images or still images. So to change your wallpaper on your iPad, it's very simple. You go to settings, you hit wallpaper, you add new wallpaper, and you pretty much go from there, right? So we're gonna go to settings on our device. Again, however you get to settings, there's settings right here. On the left-hand side, I'm going to find wallpaper, okay? So here is wallpaper. And on the right-hand side, this is add new wallpaper. Of course, you can have different ones. These are all the ones that I've created at one point. And you can swipe through the ones you've created and set a new current wallpaper. It, of course, takes a second for them to load. But again, these are some of the ones that I've done in the past. So again, you can either use one you've created before or add a new one. So let's add a new one and see what happens. So you have many different options. You have photos. You can use one of your photos as a wallpaper. You can shuffle different photos as well. In your wallpaper, it will switch automatically. You can have a live photo if you want. So it's a dynamic image. So it will actually move on the screen, which is cool. You can have an emoji wallpaper, a weather wallpaper, which is what I'm doing now. An astronomy wallpaper, so different things and such, and even just a color one as well. But there's also some featured collections. Like again, here's color, here's some different collections, some for Pride, some for Unity, emoji, kaleidoscope ones as well. So there's a lot there to take advantage of, right? So I'm gonna go in, let's see, I am going to do astronomy. Just want to see what happens when that comes up. So look at that. I can swipe between the just swiping. Look, I can do Mercury or Venus or Earth or detail. I can do the moon detail or Mars. That's really cool, right? That you can do that. The solar system in general, you can have as your wallpaper. When you're in this section, of course, you can add widgets. We'll learn what widgets are, but these are like mini apps. Like again, if I add, these are some suggestions for widgets. I can hold and drag them Well, that way in my notifications or my lock screen, I'll be able to see these particular widgets on the side, okay? So you can do something like that. So you can have a wallpaper with the solar system, with astronomy. You can change the font and color. So it doesn't have to be just white, you know, it could be different other colors as well. You can change the font. I like that one. You can change how like thin or thick the font is. So I kind of like that. And even up here, again, anything that you see kind of highlighted, you can edit. So for this, I can not just have the, let's see, so yep, just the day. I can even have the weather as well. So Friday the 13th, 7:18 p.m. It's not 7:18 p.m., but you know, you can see the time. Or that's actually the sunset because if I look at the image, it's the sun going down. So sunset today will be at 7:18. So okay, so that is not the time, that is the sunset. So you can change these settings here in the wallpaper section. Once you're done, you can hit add and there you go. So I'm gonna hit set as wallpaper pair for your lock screen and home screen. And there you go. I just set up my current wallpaper and it's gonna take a second to set in. For this one, I think because I'm actually screen sharing on Zoom, it's maybe affecting that. There you go. Yeah, just took a second to get to see. So isn't that neat, right? Just to see the actual solar system right here on your screen. If I go back, if I can, you can add as many as you'd like, just like you can add as many backgrounds on Zoom, which we'll be talking about today. You can add as many different wallpapers, right? So let me do a photo shuffle. Yeah, when your photo, yeah, you can choose from different photos. You can also choose your own photos manually. So look, I'm gonna hit choose photos manually. So let me go with this one, this one, this one. There's 3 photos, okay? You choose your different photos that you want. And just like before, you can swipe between the styles. So look, black and white, duotone, color wash. There are some additional settings here at the bottom right. So look, I can choose, look at the different photos. I can shuffle hourly on tap. That's really cool. I can even change the shuffle frequency of this as well. So every hour, my image is going to change. Or I can do on lock or on tap. That's pretty cool. Let me see how that works. It says on tap. But just like before, you add your widgets that you want to add, the different shortcuts, the different apps. You can change the font or add some information up here. But look, let me hit add, set as wallpaper pair. And there you go. So on tap. I wonder what that means when it says on tap. But that's pretty neat. Again, you can have again a photo shuffle and be able to shuffle the photos in any manner that you would like. So that is changing your wallpaper on your iPad. Again, you can choose any of your own photos. You can have a shuffled photo. You can have an emoji one. You can have an astronomy one, an earth one, a weather one, a color one, anything you like, or utilize one of the collections that they have. If you have changed your wallpaper on your iPad before, or if you're going to change it after seeing this session, please raise your hand in Zoom or add to it. You can adjust or edit your wallpapers. It doesn't have to be one and done when you hit the add section, but you can edit them anytime as well, which is very convenient. So yes, again, you can have so much fun, just like with your backgrounds, you can have so much fun with the different wallpapers on your device and really make it your own, you know? So I hope you all get to take advantage of this feature. Again, you go to settings, you hit wallpaper, and then you can either edit the one, you'll hit customize to edit it, or you can set an wallpaper that you created as your new one or create a brand new one again. So it's you can have as many different ones and select from the ones that you've created already. So that's great. I see we have about 7, 8 hands. Love it. I see, yep, I change mine once in a while, you know, it's not an everyday thing, but I love uh, changing it up sometimes. So thank you. You all can hit lower at the bottom to lower your hand. I appreciate that. Next up, we are going to learn how to move apps and widgets. You can change the layout of your home screen. One thing, excuse me, that I will say is apps have to be next to each other. Like for this, I cannot move this app here, like to this part of the screen, but you will be able to in iPad OS 18. So that's coming out very, very soon. So keep that in mind when you've upgraded your iPad, that you can potentially, like this app right here, I can move it here if I want to, or here. You'll be able to do that when the upgrade comes out. So keep that in mind. But you can change the layout again of your home screen. You can touch and hold any app or widget on the screen, then tap Edit Screen, or you can touch and hold on an open space on the screen as shown there. So that's two methods. And again, either method that you do, the app should be shaking. That's how you know you can edit the display of those different apps. Okay, so I'll demonstrate both. I'm going to go here to this screen. If I hold any app, it doesn't really matter what app, I hold it, and look at that, I get these different options. We'll utilize this again later, but here it says you can remove the app, you can share the app, again, by iMessage, mail, copy and link, etc. But for this instance, we're gonna hit edit home screen, and there you go, everything starts to shake. That's what you're gonna wanna do if you wanna move the apps or widgets on your home screen, okay? So that's the first method. Again, I just tap anywhere again to stop the apps from shaking. Or again, on any open spot, right? This screen has apps full, so I have to use the left-hand side. And again, you all should see the app shaking, or the right-hand side because there are no apps there, okay? But this screen, it's mostly just the wallpaper. So again, I can hold, and then the app starts to shake. So that's one less tap, okay? You just have to hold, and then again, the apps will start to shake, okay? You can again now move an app. So look, the Oak app we talked about yesterday, I'm gonna move it over here. If I swipe to the other screen, again, I can move this here if I want, here, again, and you can go between different screens. So like this app, I can hold and drag it to the side. And again, that's how I can move different apps and widgets from screen to screen or from within the same screen. That's how you can move them around. Again, maybe you want your most used ones to be at the top left or the right, etc. So it's really up to you on how you want it to change. So again, you can drag the app or widget to another location on the same screen, another home screen page, and you can drag the app or widget on either edge of the screen. So I'm gonna demonstrate that one more time. I can either hold the app and then hit edit home screen, or just hold any open space on the iPad. And then I can move an app either within the same screen, or I can move it on either edge. So I can move it to another home screen if I want, okay? When I have the apps shaking, you notice towards the dock, this bottom area is called the dock because those apps are docked in that area. You'll see these dots in that kind of oval looking box, right? When the apps are shaking and I tap on it, look at that. I can even, again, this is just something extra. I can move the screens, right? So I can move this screen. Now it's not the last one. I can move it further or more towards the beginning, right? Usually, yeah. So even here, like I can move my first screen anywhere I want. I can move this here. I can move this here and be able to, again, adjust my different home screens on my iPad as well. So that is moving apps and widgets on your iPad. If you've done this before, or again, if you learned how to move apps and widgets and be able to organize your home screens, please raise your hand. Again, this is just the first part of organizing your home screen. But it's really, really important to be able to move different apps. So that way you can move your more important ones to the first screen or second screen, move maybe some ones you don't use too often to another screen. So it's also very important to utilize that feature, right? So while you raise your hands, again, I can hold the screen and drag this widget I can drag it over here if I wanted. The good thing with widgets, now you can move them to any part, but you'll be able to, again, do what I'm doing with this widget with an app as well. You can move it at any part of the screen. So look at that. Isn't that neat, right? So again, if you have moved your apps and widgets before on your screen, or if you learned how to do that today, please raise your hand in Zoom. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good job. Love it, you all. Yep, moving apps and widgets, it's very, very important to be able to do so, okay? So I love all the different hands. Thank you. We had about 11, 12 hands for this, so thank you so much. You all can hit lower at the bottom, and we're gonna expand on moving these different apps and widgets, okay? Yep, you can organize your apps into folders to make them easier to find on your home screen pages. So yeah, so instead of having to have apps like this, where it's just all the apps, it looks a little clunky. I mean, I don't mind it, I think it looks cool to me, but for some people it may be a lot, and it can certainly be. So we're gonna learn how to organize your apps into folders. So again, you can make them easier to find in your home screen. The first step is to make the apps shape, okay? So with the method we learned before, hold the app, hit edit home screen, or hold an open space on the home screen that you see. And if you want to create a folder, all you have to do is drag one app onto another, okay? So this is just an example. Again, I'm not gonna, fully organize it, just because for me, it's, not necessarily needed, but just to be able to showcase you all to this. But again, if you just want to have maybe three screens on your device, again, my phone looks way different than my iPad, honestly. I have pretty much everything that I utilize on two screens. My iPad, I have more, but that's okay. It's really up to you on what you would like to do. But here you go. So if I want to create a folder, again, I basically hold one app and drag it on to the other. So let me move this one over here. Look at that. And there you go. That's how you create a folder. Drag one app into the folder, or drag one app into another to create a folder, okay? You still see the apps are shaking, right? If I go into that folder we're in, I can edit the title. Again, I tap on the title, delete it, and then I can, this one is poetry. These are all poetry apps. So you could do something like that, right? Poetry apps, or we talked about cell phone apps or internet apps, or you can have a bills folder. You can have, you can organize your apps as well into a folder, okay? Once you're done, tap, get back to the home screen, and then you can hit done at the top right, and there we go. We just created a folder for those particular apps. You can have up to 16 apps in each page. So look, if I had more than 16 apps in here, I could scroll in the pages within the folder, okay? So let me demonstrate this again. So let me move this app on to another. And then, yeah, and then you can title it. So it meant to be this one for real, but let me see. And you can move an app out of the folder too. So like this app, I just moved it back to the home screen. So again, you can move an app into a folder. You can also move an app out of a folder. So this one, look at that. I'm in the folder, but maybe I want to rename it, right? So I hold the title. There you go. Tap, delete, and this one would be gardening, right? So you can be as specific or as general as you want, right? You can just have like a games folder and have pages, a couple of pages of games, right? Like, for this one, let's see all the different games. I can move this one over here. Let's see, this is the game right here. Uh, yeah, so you can organize it specifically as you want or as non. So like I could have a games folder. You see, I already have one right here. It's cool. You can have different folders name the same thing on your iPad. That's a lot of fun. But essentially, yes, you can create different folders on your iPad by simply dragging one app onto another. You can have multiple pages in a folder. There are a maximum of 16 apps on each page. So yeah, there's two, there would be two, there would be 12 more that can fit in this page, and you'll be able to swipe just like your home screen and go through your different pages as well. To rename a folder, as we went over, you touch and hold it, hit rename, and then you can enter a new name and then hit done. So there's multiple ways. If I go into the folder, then I can hold it and hit rename and be able to do so, right? Or if I go into the actual folder and hold the title, same idea, right? So you can either hold the direct folder and hit rename or go into the folder and hold the title. So same way, two different ways to do the same thing. You know, I love Apple can do that. It just depends on what you're doing, right? So that is how you organize your apps into folders. And if you remove all the apps from a folder, it will automatically delete itself, the folder. So excuse me, if you have organized your apps into folders before, or if you learned how to do that today, please raise your hand in Zoom. Yep, again, I have multiple screens, but you know, if you would like, I recommend you could really group your apps together. So like, you know, these four, let's see, these two right here. Again, just going into just showing you how to create a folder and just seeing how, you know, organized it can really make your screen, right? Let's see. And I'm just demonstrating. Sometimes you may have to like move an app out of the way or a folder. Sometimes it may go to the wrong place. So that's why you have to really just take a second and be able to see what you're doing and just rechecking, right? So again, just with a few seconds or so, I was able to make my screen not have full of apps, but it had different folders, okay? So I wouldn't have it myself, I wouldn't have a games right here and a games right here. And I'd rather myself just have one big games folder for my particular games. Again, just like on my phone. Again, on my phone, I really just have one games folder and I have a couple of different pages for those games, right? So it's really up to you. Um, Okay. But again, thank you all so much. I love it. So again, just being able to organize your apps into one place can be very convenient. So thank you. You all can hit lower. Thank you so much. And I hope you get to utilize that feature as well. So now, well, here, let me see. Any questions about anything we've covered so far? You know, try to keep it simple, but any questions, you can raise your hand. We talked about changing your wallpaper, moving apps and widgets, and organizing apps into different folders. Any questions so far? I hope everything is, you know, pretty simple, you know, to go through. Because it may be, you know, for me, when I look at it, sometimes it can be very minute with how you may do this different things to do the same thing, but it's really all up to you on how you want to navigate your device. Okay, Anne, you had a question so far?
Uh, could you go briefly through that folder thing? That got a little confusing for me.
Okay, no problem. And again, if you want to
Okay,
create a folder, all you have to do is drag one app onto the other, and that's how you create a folder. That way, when
okay,
you drag other apps into the folder, they add to that page, and you can edit the title of that folder at any time just by tapping on that title and editing it using the keyboard. So again, instead of having to have, you know, a screen full of apps, you can you know, organize them in folders if you would like. You don't have to, but it's something you can take advantage of.
okay. Thank you. I got it now.
No problem, Anne. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is widgets. We've mentioned them quite a few times in our sessions, but we never actually got a chance to say what they are. So again, I'm glad to be able to do this session for you all today. Widgets are small, customizable, interactive displays that provide quick access to information or functionality from apps directly on your home screen. So if you look at this screenshot, there are 5 widgets here on the screen. Again, when you first get your iPads on your home screen, you'll see those select widgets, right? So something like the weather widget, there's the reminders widget, the home widget, the music widget, the photos widget. So there's pretty much a widget for a lot of most apps on your iPad. Not every app has one, but definitely Apple's apps do. And some App Store apps as well have widgets. So they're really convenient to be able to utilize. So to add a widget to your home screen, again, you can have widgets on any screen, right? I have some here. I have one right here. Yeah, we'll talk about the app library in a second. But let's see. Let's go right here. If you want to add a widget to your home screen, first make the app shake. Again, hold any open space on your home screen or hold an app and then hit edit home screen. Once you do, you'll see the plus button at the top left. You'll tap on that. And then you scroll and add the widget that you want to add, okay? So just going to my home screen, again, I hold any open space and there goes the plus sign here at the top left. When I hit the plus sign, I can add, these are some suggestions, but again, I have my IMD widgets, my Tubi widgets, my notes widgets, news widgets, my drive widget, my Duolingo widget, my how we feel widget. So there's also this list right here. I'll talk about Smart Stack in a second, but look, you can have any widgets from here. So even, let's see, a weather widget, right? That's on your first screen, but you can have the same widget across different screens, okay? Just like you can have the same app icon on other screens. I'll talk about that in a second as well. But look, once you find what kind of widget you may want, so this is the weather widget. So I can do this one or this one with a little more info, this one with even more information, details, right? So daily forecast. I can choose this one, sunrise and sunset. Isn't that convenient, right? So I can choose any one that I'd like. Let's do this one. I hit add widget. And how easy was that, right? Just added that widget to my home screen, okay? Let's do that again. Again, I hold the home screen, open space, hit the plus sign. And let me go to, let's see, we covered the Daily Art app, and there are different ones, again, that I can choose. So, wow, even the last masterpieces that they had, or this daily masterpiece that I can add, I really like. Let's do this one, and then move right here. But again, I can move it anywhere I'd like. I can move it here. I can move this widget over here. Again, once I'm done, I hit done. It's going to take a second for it to get the information. But again, that's how you add a widget to your home screen. You can edit a widget. So when you all get your iPads, you'll have your, let's see, your weather widget right here at the top right. If you have never edited this or worked on this widget, it will say Cupertino. That's California. That's where Apple's headquarters are. If you actually want to see the weather where you're at, all you have to do, if you want to edit a widget, you hold it with your finger, and then look at that. It says edit weather. And there you go. I can choose my location. It will probably say Cupertino right here if you never edited it. So I chose my location. So that way, again, wherever I'm at, I can quickly see the weather at that location. Same idea. If I go to this screen with that weather widget that we added, I hold it, hit edit widgets, and again, it says my location. So I can edit it. Some you can do, not all, but some that you can do. So yes, again, that is adding a widget on your home screen. Again, it can be very convenient. There's so many different options, right? Let me just go to them one more time. Just going through App Store, batteries, books, the calendar widget, some apps like the CBS Sports app that we talked about, contacts, your clock, Facebook widget, Fandango widgets, Hulu, I could see the Masterpieces app. There's so much, even screen time. You can quickly be able to view your screen time or reminders or the tips. that I've talked about the tips app quite a bit, but daily tips as well. So let me add this widget here. And look, that's my tips widget. So again, these are not apps, but these are app information that I think about in that way, because you don't have to be in the app to actually utilize the information, or it's a shortcut, right? For particular function, right? So I see here the top left, my YouTube widget. I can go to my home, my shorts, or my subscriptions just by tapping on that option, or I can even search YouTube from this section. At the top right, I can see my Apple Music widget. If I hit the play button, I can play music straight from the widget, right? That's pretty neat. I like that feature. So again, widgets are interactive and customizable to really assist you. So per se, for me, I would sometimes I would have some screens with a set of widgets, some screens with no widgets, a screen just full of widgets. It's really up to you on how you want to organize your device. On my phone, I have one screen full of widgets, and I have two screens with just my apps. So that's me, but everyone's going to be a little different. So again, I was really happy to showcase again what widgets are and how to add them to your iPad. So then that way you can utilize them. And if you hit Smart Stack, when you hit the plus up here, so let's go back here. Let me hit the plus at the top left. If I hit Smart Stack right here on the left-hand side, automatically rotates widgets to show the most relevant information throughout the day and can be flipped through easily. So you can change the format on how it looks. So I could do a small one, I could do a longer one, a more square one. So it's really up to you. So just for example, there you go. That is a widget. So this changes automatically, right? So you can edit this stack. So look, I hold it, hit edit stack. I have this photos, my notes one, my YouTube, my Zoom widgets, my reading list, map, clock. So I can either delete this stack or I can add different widgets to it as well by hitting that plus sign. So again, this smart stack changes. It will flip based on the time of day, location, etc. And I think that's really cool. It will switch like this, but I don't have to manually do that as well. So again, basically we talked about again what widgets are, how to add them to your iPad, and how to utilize them as well and edit them. If you've added a widget before, but if you learn what they are today and how to add them and how to edit them, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, they are very, very useful little pieces of information, but they could be, you don't have to go into that particular app, right? So even like the tips app, I can see this tip right here. And Masterpieces app, I can see that one there as well. My podcasts widget is right here. So I can even play, again, a podcast straight from the widget as well. So some of them are interactive that you can utilize as well. So thank you. I see about 9, 10 hands. Again, just being able to utilize the widgets can make things a lot easier to see at a glance, right? So I hope you get to take advantage. I appreciate the hands you all can hit lower. Thank you so much. Two more topics for today. Using the app library on your iPad. This shows your apps organized into categories such as productivity, and finance, creativity, and information and reading. The apps you use the most are near the top of the screen and at the top level of their categories. So you can easily locate and open that. So this is the app library. You see there each grid is categorized. So you have suggestions. In this example, recently added entertainment, productivity, finance, other, utilities, social, photo and video. So then the most common ones that you use will appear in this grid section. Because of course, there's more than just these productivity and finance apps. There's more entertainment apps than just this. It's just the ones that you most commonly utilize, okay? If you want to access the app library, all you have to do, if you look at the bottom right most button on any screen, you will see this icon with 4 many apps in there, right? Um, that's how you access the app library. One way, okay, I will say one way. I think it's just easier because look, at the bottom right, this is the app library. It doesn't change no matter what screen I'm on, right? If I tap on the app library, it takes me to my app library, okay? You can also access it by going to the very last screen, right? This is my last screen right here. And I can drag it once again and go to my app library. So again, two ways to access your app library. You can hit the bottom rightmost icon in the dock, or you can swipe after the last screen and go to it as well on your iPad. So two different ways, again, to do the same thing. You can add any app's icon to the home screen by dragging it from the app library. So remember when I talked about how you can have more than one of the same icon on your home screens? So look, if I go here, I have the mail app right here at the bottom, you know, but if I wanted to add another one, I can simply drag and add it to my home screen. So look, again, you can have more, you know, I could do that again if I wanted to. It's, you know, just something to show. Look, I can have multiple of the same icon on one screen or another screen. Like I can move this over here into a new screen. So look, I can have the mail app here, here, you know, whatever, right? But not whatever. It's wonderful because you may need to access it in another spot. So it's really up to you. But again, once you're in the app library, you can obviously search by hitting at the top. It says app library. You have that magnifying glass. That usually means you can search for something. So if you want to search for a name or a type of app. So like if I tap the app library, let me type ZOOM, Zoom, right? So pretty self-explanatory, but I can see the categories as well. So let me go into recently added, and I can, yep, go into my recently added apps if I tap on that particular grid. So here's my other. Again, that's really cool. I didn't actually know that you could do and expand the different options. But again, you can just simply tap on the app. So like this is my news app, I can tap on it. This is the Wikipedia app. I can tap on that app and quickly access it. So this is kind of like all of your screens kind of combined in one, honestly, which I really like. Because if you just really want to look for an app, this is also another way that you can do so, okay? With utilizing the app library. Again, you will never not be able to find an app, not find an app again, because you can add it to whatever home screen that you want. Oops, sorry about that. I can go to any app that I want or any screen that I want, go to the app library. Let's say I wanted to add my Netflix app. I can do that here. And I can go back to the app library. I can add the app store here as well. Maybe I don't want the app store on just my first screen. I can add it to this screen as well. So that is the app library. If you've utilized it before, but if you learn something new about it, if you're going to utilize it to find your different apps on your iPad or more easily locate them, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, if you utilize the app library before, if you've never utilized it, but you're going to after seeing the session, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, we're just talking about the home screen and all the different possibilities that you can do. Even just now, just doing the session, I'm thinking of some other things that I can mention, which I will while you raise your hand. Did you know that you can edit your dock at the bottom, the left portion? So I wish I could, I wish I could zoom in, but you'll see, well, I can in a way. Look, I can take a screenshot of my screen and then I can go to my Photos app. And this is the most recent screenshot, right? I'm going to zoom in on this line, okay? Everything to the left of this line, it stays the same no matter what screen you're on. To the right of this line, these three icons, these are the last three apps that you opened. So you can quickly access them again. And that's very true, right? So my last three apps that I opened was Wikipedia, the news, and my Amazon app as well. So it's very convenient. But you can add um, apps to your dock or you can remove them. So again, I hold the screen. My apps here at the bottom are shaking. So look, I can move this one out of the dock And you can even, again, have the same icon. Look at that. You can edit your dock. So you can remove apps from it or add them, like apps that you most commonly use, right? For me, I don't use the Messages app too much. So you know, maybe I would move it. I can either go to my app library, maybe I can add Zoom there. So let me hold Zoom and drag it to the dock. So that way, if I'm on any other screen, I can just quickly access Zoom. I can even just move it, right? I can move it maybe over here. Maybe I want it right here, right? Etc. So you can move it out, you can move it in. It's really up to you on what you want to do. So that's an additional tip as well. So I hope you all enjoyed and learned that you can edit your dock area as well. So thank you all so much. I see the 6, 7 hands. I appreciate that a lot. You all can hit lower. And the last thing that we're going to talk about today is removing and deleting apps and widgets on your iPad. So if you ever needed to, I know, again, with Zoom, again, because some of the apps are pre-downloaded on the device before you log in your Apple ID, for some of those, if you try to update them, it will say the app was purchased under a different Apple ID. And that's technically true because there was no Apple ID on the device when it was downloaded. So in those cases, you will have to delete the app and then re-download it. But once you do that, you'll be good because, again, now the app is under your Apple ID and you'll be good to go. But again, you can easily remove or delete apps from your iPad. If you change your mind, you can always download those apps later or re-download them, okay? So again, make the app shake and you're going to hit the minus sign on the top left of the app. Again, this is just one way to delete apps or remove apps. You can go to settings, general iPad storage, and delete it from there as well. Maybe if you want to see particular sizes, that's a great method. I'll be able to showcase that a little bit, but this is just the simplest way to do so. So let me see. Let me go to, let's see. Again, I can always re-download it. So this game right here at the bottom left, again, I can hit the minus sign and then you'll see some different options. So delete app or remove from home screen. So again, if you hit delete app, you're deleting the app. If you hit remove from home screen, it's not deleting the app, it's just removing it from the screen. It'll still be in the app library. So let me hit remove from home screen. It just gets rid of that icon, but it didn't delete the app, of course. For this one, let's see. Again, I hold it and then I can hit remove app. So either way, I hold the screen, make the app shake, hit the minus, or I can just directly hold onto the app and then hit remove app. So it's a little different, but the same, it's two different ways to do the same thing. So if I hit delete app, again, it says deleting this app will also delete its data. So there you go. But if I wanted to go back to the App Store and download it, it will just have that cloud icon. Again, I'll demonstrate that in a second. So let me go to another screen. Let's see. Again, it's really cool just to take a few minutes for yourself and to really organize your device. So even for like this widget right here, I can hit the minus sign and then I can remove the widgets if I want to. So again, you can add widgets, you can remove widgets, you can add apps by downloading them, and you can delete them as well. So let's do this one again. Once again, let me hit the minus for this app, delete app, and then hit delete. So you can also delete items in that way. If I go to settings on my device, and let me go to settings on the left-hand side, let me go to general, I'm there already, and then hit iPad storage. I can see, of course, my iPad storage, but I'm also looking at my different apps as well. So if I wanted to, let's see, this game right here, I tap on that game and I can delete the app from here as well, or I can do something called offload. So offloading means you're deleting the app, but you're not deleting the data, okay? So this app, if I offload it, I would be removing 250 megabytes. But if I deleted the app, it would be that 250 plus 190, okay? That would be deleted altogether. So again, if you want to simply just delete an app from your home screen, you can do that. Or, if you want to look at specific information like the size, right? See, maybe you might want to delete a app that has a little more storage to open up more storage, etc., on your iPad. Um, but that's again two different ways to do the same thing. And I think that's the theme for today. There's different methodologies, which makes it very convenient. So that way you can learn either one. And I hope again it all works out. Okay. So yes, let me go to the apps. Let me delete. Let's see. I'll delete the Amazon app. Just again, just be able to showcase this. But let me delete the Amazon app. I'll delete it. I wasn't even signed in anyway, so that's okay. And I'm going to go to the App Store. So let me use my app library, and then I can quickly go to the App Store. And then I hit the search. Let's say I want to re-download it. Let me type in Amazon. And if you see at the top right, you'll see instead of the get, it will have this cloud icon. If it is one of the apps that came pre-downloaded, like the DCPL apps, Zoom, etc., it will say get. And that's only because it wasn't downloaded under your Apple ID. But if it was, you'll see this cloud icon where I can tap and re-download the app. Again, I don't have to type in or verify any information. It will just automatically re-download by hitting that icon in the App Store. Okay, so that is how you can remove or delete apps and widgets on your iPad. If you've done this before, but if you learned how to do so today, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, it's good if you haven't used the app in quite a while. And to be honest, it's a lot of the apps on my iPad. Not a lot, but some I use more and some I don't. Again, you don't have to use every single app that's on your device, especially if you're getting up to the 50s, 60s, 100 apps, and that's a little absurd. So eventually, everyone, if you don't use an app for a while, maybe try to consider deleting it or maybe offloading it to save space on your device. Okay, but yeah. Thank you all so much. I've seen about 10, 11 hands. I really appreciate that. So thank you all so much for participating today in this brand new advanced session. I hope you all learned something new and are able to manage your home screen again with the latest upgrade that's going to be coming out. And it could be even sooner than I thought. You're able to move your apps in any places. Again, if I'm at this screen right here, I would be able to move this app here and have it stay. I'd be able to move this app here. I'd be able to move, let's see, this app on this side and have it stay. So keep that in mind when you update your iPad. But we went over how to change your wallpaper, move apps and widgets on your home screen. We learned how to organize your apps into folders. You learn what are widgets and how to add and edit them on your iPad. We learned how to use the app library to quickly access different apps based on category. And we also learned how to remove and delete different apps and widgets on your iPad. So quite a few processes today, but they all kind of work in tandem with each other. As long as you know how to make the app shake and be able to drag and move them around, I think you'll be at a very good spot. Okay. So again, we're going to have our overview and discussion for the last few minutes that we have. Any thoughts or comments for today's session? Or if you'd like to answer one or two of these questions, please raise your hand in Zoom or keep your hand raised in Zoom. Again, any thoughts or comments for today, you can also put them in the chat as well. So thank you. I've seen that, yep, you change your apps too. I love that. Again, yep, combine my games in one folder. I love that too. It's really convenient to have them all in one place in time. So, yep. And I see some folks change their wallpaper. But again, if you would like to just share your thoughts for today, again, your voice matters. What you say matters. So I would love to hear from as many of you all. And or you can answer one of these questions. What is one new process that you learned how to do on your iPad today? And why do you think managing your home screen is important on your iPad? But once again, it was a pleasure to present, and I hope this helped you organize your iPad and maybe your life even just a little bit, okay? Yeah, okay, you can also put in the chat as well. I don't see any hands for now, but yeah, how to manage apps and make them wiggle. Yes, that's good, yes. being able to just that visual indicator is so strong to knowing, again, if you're moving apps, if you're not, it's so important just to be able to see what you're doing on your home screen to go through with the different screens and such, okay? So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Miss Sherry. Any other thoughts or comments for today? Then you can raise your hand or put your comments in the chat as well. But I utilize widgets every day. I move my apps, quite frequently. I have quite a bit of apps on my device, so I have to stay organized in some kind of way. But even with just doing the research and doing this session today, it's inspired me to clean up my iPad just a little bit so that way I can more easily navigate it with different folders, different customizations, etc. Yep, manage widgets. Yeah, widgets, love them. Little pockets of treasure or whatever. That's how I think of them. Because again, you don't have to go into that particular app to get certain information, right? So, for example, I'd want to go into the weather app to see more information on the weather, but I can quickly look at this widget and say, hey, today the high will be 83, right now it's 75, the low will be 63, it'll be 84 Saturday, 83 Sunday, 79 Monday, etc. So great, it's a time saver. So thank you all so much for attending our session today. I really appreciate it. And I hope you get to, again, manage your home screen just a little bit better than before, which is the goal, just to learn a little bit each day and utilize it. And it really will make a difference. Other than that, I will see you all at 12 for our trip to Afghanistan with Lou and our module on Zoom at 1:30. Once again, it was a pleasure and an honor to present for you all as always. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your morning. I'll see you all at 12 with Lou. Okay, you all? And have a great rest of your day.
Bye, Alex. Thank you.
Alex, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Have a blessed
day.
Thank you.
Everyone have a great day.
Everyone have a blessed day. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.